Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords. So we are on the Ebon Hawk. We just blew up Paragus. It's currently locked down because we can only go to Telos. We got our security system. Right now what we're going to do, we're going to open this up. We've got a damaged HK unit. Going to repair the vocabulator here. So this is one of the side bonus quests that you can do. So you get pieces of this HK unit, I believe HK 47, from the HK 50 units that you destroyed. So now we're going to head over to Kreia, and we're going to chat with her. If you don't enjoy the conversation chat side of this game, go ahead and feel free to skip this part. But if you do, let's dive into some of the deep lore.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
If you're first, see, that's such a dicky thing to say. But we want to get to the bottom of this. When you lost your hand, I felt it too.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
Then consider the pain a lesson. If I felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you had died?
I do not know. I fear that. The consequences would have been more extreme.
Would have been lethal?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Then we'll work together and try to be careful until we can fix this. This link is a threat to me and an inconvenience. You need to sever it now. Now, we need to work together. I think that's the best option here.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragus.
I have never heard of a link like this before, in holocrons or in the Jedi histories.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
You and Kreia possess the Force Chain special ability. When either of you uses a Force power on yourself, the other gains the benefit as well. That's pretty neat.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
So what do we do now? I need to know more about the Sith hunting us. When we were on Paragus, I could feel the Force again. Can you tell me what has happened since the Mandalorian Wars?
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
What happened after the war?
As you know, Revan and Malak went to war against the Mandalorians, and you followed under Revan's banner. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
And that was the Jedi Civil War? What happened next? Didn't the Jedi Order try to stop them? Thanks. Let's just keep Kreia going.
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
How were Malak and the Sith defeated? What happened to Malak? Let's see, the Republic is weak. They couldn't have beaten Malak.
As all Sith do without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
But what happened to Revan?
After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where he has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
So this is where we could kind of talk about a little bit of it's all non-canonical now, but the lore of what happened with Revan. So in the former canon universe, Revan saves the Republic, defeats Malak, defeats the Sith, does all that, and then several years later, I think it was, Revan and Bastila Shan, they kind of help get the Jedi Order back on its feet after so many of them had been killed. But Revan keeps getting a pull into the outer edges of space, past the outer rim, and he feels like there's a deep threat that's coming from there. And so he flies off with some crew to go in and deal with it. But nobody obviously knows that here. So Revan saved the Republic. So you're saying Revan abandoned the war? Revan turned against Malak for the sake of the Republic?
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi Civil War left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
Then we must do what we can until it has a chance to recover from the war. I don't really care about the Republic as the character we're playing. If the Republic is weak, it didn't deserve to win.
Perhaps. It is sometimes difficult to find the truth in the Jedi Civil War. Was it the Republic that defeated Malak, or was it Revan? If it was Revan, then the Republic was never truly tested.
So, what does it matter?
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves or find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
So I absolutely love the points that Kreia brings up there about the old Republic, or the Republic at this point, being just a monstrous beast that's too big for itself. And that war helps test the infrastructure, the communities, everything that builds the Republic, to see if it's worthy of still standing. That's kind of some of the ideals that the Mandalorians have, where if they win or lose, it doesn't really matter as long as they have worthy opponents in battle. And if you're too weak to survive, then obviously you were, well, too weak to survive, and you shouldn't have anyways. So Kreia's essentially speaking to some Mandalorian beliefs here of conflict and its point and purpose in the grand scheme of things. So let's see if we can dig into that a little bit more. Let's see, can anything be done to help the Republic? No. It's avoided its fate too long, let them burn. See, I don't like that, because where we're trying to go for more of a neutral PC, I think perhaps it's better the Republic stands on its own. Let's let them be tested. Let's let them earn their own fate.
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their inhabitants dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat, it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
Well, I don't like that. This threat is directed against me? What do you mean?
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
That is such an interesting point that she brings up there, that the things that we're using to wage war, Sith versus the Jedi, the Sith Empire versus the Republic, they're just built up of tools that are used to battle in the actual war that is in the hearts of all kind in this universe. It's not the armies, the armadas, the ships, the soldiers, the droids, any of that matters. What matters is the internal battle that every individual faces for light or darkness. There were other questions I wish to ask you.
Ask, and I will answer.
When we were on Paragus, I could feel the Force again.
Indeed. And was it the same as before?
No, it felt different, faint. It was like a whisper at the edge of hearing. No, It felt different. Faint.
If my suspicions are correct, perhaps the damage the Jedi Council did was not as permanent as they thought. It is not an easy thing to cut one off from the Force.
I don't believe the Jedi would do such a thing. Wait, the Jedi did this to me?
What did you believe? That you suddenly lost your connection with the Force without reason?
Kinda. But to be cut off from the Force, it's like losing all of your senses at once.
Indeed it is. It is much like losing one's ability to listen, or being put into a deep sleep, unable to awaken to the galaxy around you. Such a thing has been done before, when Jedi have pronounced sentence on their own, and exiled them as they did you.
I don't believe the Jedi would inflict such a punishment on someone, though. That's dumb. Then there must be a way to reverse what they did. If the Jedi were not already gone and dead, I wouldn't end their lives for doing this to me. Then there must be a way to reverse what they did.
It is possible that such a thing can be undone. Still, even so, the chances of the Jedi undoing such a thing for a traitor is a slim thing at best, assuming they yet live.
But you said it's possible. How?
Our link may have had other consequences. Perhaps you can hear the Force again, distantly, through me. If so, then there is hope. I may be able to teach you, train you to feel the Force again, and if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you, or undo the damage they have done.
See, this is where it gets really interesting, because who is Kreia? You know, she's just a random old woman who's been looking to find us for whatever reason that we don't actually know at this point. We were thrown into working together to get off Paragus. She says, if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you. So she's trained in the ways of the Jedi, but how? Where? When? Let's see, you train me. See, I will honor whatever. That's too... No. So, but there are no more Jedi.
Then I am your only hope, as you are mine. We are a sad pair, you and I, to defend the galaxy against such a thing. I offer to train you to become strong again, to know the ways of the Force, and to hear the Force sing within you as it once did.
I would welcome whatever aid you offer. I accept you as a teacher for now. More power, I will listen. I have no. Long-winded, no. I accept you as a teacher for now.
Then our training shall begin. Whenever I travel with you, I shall impart what I can to you through my words and presence.
There were other questions I wish to ask
Ask.
you. I need to know more about the Sith hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
First split? The Sith were once Jedi. First split?
Yes, the Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith, but in their hearts they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
See, so these Sith continue the crusade, but I'm with her, with our PC. But these Sith seem different.
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi. For them, it is all that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that shall reign, unchecked.
I've never seen Sith assassins like those on the Harbinger. The Sith assassins are the best. No. The Sith on Paragus knew some Force techniques, but they were extremely weak.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier they become. As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Paragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come.
Then a whole lot are going to be coming, because we're going to get strong as hell. Let's see. I believe there was one more question.
And
So what do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
Is there any place we can retreat to? We can't keep running until they catch us.
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
That's interesting. I don't actually remember that from any of my playthroughs from before. And if we find no trace of Jedi teachings on Telos to help us?
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
This is a lot to take in at once. I need time to reflect on this.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
He's not a fool, but he does feel odd to me.
He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
Okay. So, what's interesting there is we did not gain or lose any influence with Kreia. Which, in my book, that's doing a pretty good job. To me, that means we are walking the path of just kind of neutrality. Although it's not neutrality, let's be honest. It's the gray path, I guess. Pretty well.
How's our passenger? She's still aging?
She seems fine. Just needs some rest.
Well, she sure could use it. It might do wonders for her mood, too. She's lucky she's a Jedi, or someone would have killed her years ago. I mean, how old do you think she is? She may have been good-looking once, but it takes some hard living to make creases like that.
Good looking? Are you that desperate? If she looks good to you, you must have taken a blaster hit when I wasn't looking. Good looking? Let's do that one.
Hey, I just got out of prison. If we had a decent navicomputer, trust me, we'd be dropping out of hyperspace into the Nar Shaddaa Red Sector right now. After spacing that old witch, of course.
She wounded helping us escape. Look, ease off the insults. She was wounded helping us escape, remember?
Whoa, all right, don't get mad at me. Hey, I didn't ask her to stay behind and get her hand cut off, okay? I mean, I appreciate what she did and all, but she could stand to lay off the insults herself, you know?
Let's focus on getting to Telos for the time being.
Like we have a choice? It's the only place Paragus had logged in their astrogation charts. You know, if you thought Paragus was dead, then Telos is a dying world they're trying to breathe back to life. Should be there before too long. You can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Alright,
so,
I'll do that.
What happened?
See, this is one of those times where this mod starts to not make sense. The lightsaber mod I have.
Don't give me that. There were plenty of times back on Paragus where a lightsaber would have been helpful. So where's yours?
That's why I used it. Exiles aren't allowed to keep their lightsabers.
Oh yeah? I thought a Jedi was supposed to be married to their lightsaber. Guess I heard wrong. Were you a single hilt or one of those double-bladed Jedi?
So here's an interesting question. Because RPC, we followed Rev into the Mandalorian Wars. I think we would have been double-bladed at the time.
Huh. I hear the twin blades are harder to master, but they can make enemies stampede over each other running for cover. A lot of Jedi in the Mandalorian Wars use double-bladed sabers. A more aggressive blade gives you more slaughter per swing. Hey, you didn't go red, did you?
Both the blade and crystal were unique.
Yeah? Unique how?
Violet. Like hurricane gems in the sunset.
Must have been something. Sure be nice to have it now. Might make those Sith think twice before coming after us.
We do have one. It is no matter. It was taken from me a long time ago.
Alright, forget I said anything. Like I said before, you can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Okay, how are we doing out there? Okay, we're still sitting pretty neutral. Okay, before we do that, we are going to, yep, you guessed it, save the game. Close, and now let's head off to Telos. Like I said, this episode is going to be very conversation heavy, very lore heavy. So if that's not your jam, you know, skip through, skip to where you want. But if you are enjoying it so far, please let me know by subscribing to the channel and leaving a like and a comment on this video. I would really appreciate it. Also, let me know what you think about my takes on what we've seen so far and the path that we're going in the game. What would you have done differently?
Attention, this is Citadel Station Bay Control, Dock Module 126. Please remain where you are. Lieutenant Dahlgren will arrive shortly to meet you. That is all.
I don't like the sound of that. If they think we caused the explosion... Uh-oh. Here comes the welcoming party. They may not know what happened, so don't blow it.
I'm Lieutenant Gren, Telos Security Force. I'm under orders to take you into custody in regards to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
I think they know that. How long will this take?
Due to the nature of the investigation, I have no specific timetable to offer you. In the meantime, your ship and any droids will have to be given over for safekeeping. Yes, that includes you. You are a droid, so you will be detained. In addition, we will have to take your personal arms and armor until the completion of our inquiry.
This is outrageous. You don't have any evidence.
You are the only witnesses of the mining facility's destruction.
Okay, that's
Thus,
fair.
it is necessary for us to keep you under surveillance until we have a better idea of what happened.
Will I be able to get my gear back? No, I refuse to go along with this. We're leaving.
Look around you. Even if you manage to overcome all of us, Bay Control could simply open the MagCon field and shoot you into space. So, let's not do this the hard way.
Okay, that's fair. I'll go. But one way or another, you'll pay me for the trouble.
Given your position, it would be a good idea if you took a more accommodating tone.
No,
My
screw
men
you.
will relieve you of your arms and armor. Follow me.
Tell me I'm not going to jail again.
Sorry, Atten. Hey, what the hell? Who's this? No. No. This albino gal is stealing my ship.
You will be held here briefly. Living quarters are being arranged for you and your companions as we speak. Someone will return shortly to escort you to an apartment in Residential Module 082.
A force cage? This is ridiculous.
As I said, this is only temporary while other arrangements are made. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to bear with us until then.
So be it. But I'll remember this.
Well, we might be here for a while. Might as well get comfortable.
Someone is coming. So this is the last of the Jedi. I must admit I'm a little disappointed.
What's going on?
The exchange has a bounty on Jedi, you know. You're worth quite a bit of money.
The exchange, huh? I'm pretty sure some two-bit pistol jockey like yourself isn't one of them.
Hey? I'm more than skilled enough to work for the exchange.
You bounty hunters couldn't even win a fair fight. You're the cheapest, most worthless mercenary scum in the galaxy. I'd hire a Mandalorian over your filth in a second.
No Mandalorian could match my skills. No Mandalorian could have been clever enough to infiltrate this station, taken the identity of one of the guards, then...
Then what? Overloaded our force cage fields and made it look like an accident? You probably don't even have the guts to fight me. Pathetic.
Don't think overloading your cages had not occurred to me. You're wanted alive,
Attaboy,
but I
Atten.
doubt anyone will care as long as I bring them your corpse.
Let's just get this over with.
Come, Jedi. It is time to die.
Hey, leave her alone. You want to fight? Then try me, if you've got the guts.
You have goaded me once, and you shall not do so twice. But I shall dispose of all of you eventually. And an old woman, a fool, and a broken Jedi are no match to my skills.
I think you'll be surprised. Okay, we're gonna wait to level. Simple. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, you're gonna be, actually, we're gonna do this now so that we don't have to deal with it later. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We'll accept that. Then we've got Kreia. Skills, repair and treat injury. That's interesting. Powers. What's recommended? Force deflection. Okay, fine. Accept. Those.
Just say the word.
The security cameras up. What? What's going on here?
Man down! Quick! Call a medic!
All right, Jedi. I want you to back up slowly. Hands in front of you. Into the force cage. Cooperate, and we won't have to gun you down.
Come on, Lieutenant. They've already killed... who is that? Is that Batu Rem?
He said he was an assassin. No, he was an assassin. It's a good thing I didn't have to depend on your protection. Impressive. You allowed an assassin to infiltrate your ranks.
Rem's no assassin.
Batu Rem is on leave. He shouldn't even be on the station. This man isn't him.
I'm glad someone noticed that, only after he tried to kill me.
We've arranged for an apartment in residential module 082. You'll stay there under house arrest until our investigation of the Paragus matter is complete. You'll be under TSF protection.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'll personally clear any visitors to your quarters, and we'll investigate this incident to the best of our ability.
The best of your ability? That's not very inspiring. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just take me to my quarters.
Officer, get Lieutenant Yima a report of this incident. She'll look into this. The rest of you come with me. We'll escort you to the apartment in 082 immediately. These will serve as your quarters for the duration of your house arrest. 2 officers will be stationed outside at all times. Again, I'll clear any visitors. There won't be another incident.
But just to be on the safe side, why don't you leave us a blaster or two?
Jerk. Get out.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't care for these people. TSF.
This isn't good. We've got to get off this station.
I mean, I think we know why we need to leave, but let's ask.
What do you think the TSF is going to find at Paragus? That could bring the Sith... You know what? Forget it. As long as we're trapped here, it doesn't matter.
What do you think, Kreia?
We cannot stay in any one place too long, but our path has brought us here for a reason. I must meditate on this. In the meantime, we should rest.
Yeah, you go ahead and meditate. As for me, I could use some sleep.
Yes? Have...
Okay, I need to answer that. Sokalinu, TSF office.
Excuse me, you have a caller. Moza, representing the Ithorian planet restoration interests on Telos. Lieutenant Gren's cleared him if you'd like to speak with him.
What does he want?
He says he wishes to speak with you on behalf of Chodo Habat. That's all he will say.
Fine.
Very well. I'll let him in now.
Thank you for seeing me. I am Mosin, and I have come to see you on behalf of Choda Habat, our leader here. What is this about? Are you familiar with the restoration project on Telos? Yes. Go on. Then perhaps you have heard of our role in the restoration and our troubles with Zerka Corporation. Zerka has integrated themselves into the Telosian political system. I'm just gonna let you guys read these. How is Zerka harming the restoration project? They started falling, why don't they just take them away from Zerka? Could you get to the point? Yeah, bullcrap.
Perhaps Choda Habat should turn his eyes to his own people, if they truly suffer so.
Yeah, great. I'll consider it. Because I'll consider it. I'll consider it stupid.
Now perhaps we will be...
Gosh dang, are you serious? Okay, I'm gonna save here just in case. What? B4D4. Zerka Corporation. Cool.
Good day. I am B4D4, Administrative Assistant for Zerka Corporation's Citadel Station branch. I am attempting to connect you with Executive Officer Jana Lorso. May I put you through?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. I will connect you now. Good day.
Thank you for accepting my call. As my assistant no doubt informed you, I am Jana Lorso.
Yeah, but why are you calling Jana?
I understand that you were approached by an Ithorian earlier. Doubtless he tried to obtain your help, attempting to purchase it with imposed guilt and veiled threats.
Go on.
I believe you're a person of influence, someone I'd like on my side, rather than aiding the Ithorians, whose quasi-mysticism and bumbling foolishness is standing in the way of progress and profit. I'm not asking for your help, though. I'm offering you a job. Work for Zerka and be handsomely rewarded. You'd be helping yourself. If you're interested, please visit our offices here in Residential 082. B44 will know what to do when you arrive.
What sort of work are we talking about? Because I could use credits.
I'd rather discuss that in person. I'll be more than happy to answer any and all questions when you visit our offices.
Yeah, okay, thanks for wasting my time.
Excellent. Good luck with that messy investigation, and I hope to see you shortly.
How about
We
you
should
take
get back
care
to
of it?
bed. Whenever they decide to release us, we should get going immediately.
Like, come on, Zerka Corp, just take care of it for me, huh? Why not?
Explain something to me.
I do not have the years required, nor the desire to indulge you.
If she served in the war, well, Jedi are supposed to be tough, capable.
Yes, and what are they without the Force? Take the greatest Jedi Knight, strip away the Force, and what remains? They rely on it, depend on it more than they know. Watch as one tries to hold a blaster, as they try to hold a lightsaber, and you will see nothing more than a woman, or a man, a child.
But to lose so much, I guess I didn't realize how much they relied on it.
Do not be surprised. In many ways, even you are more capable than a Jedi. You could survive where they could not simply because you do not hear the Force as they do. It is irony of a sort, and it is why I tolerate your presence now.
But such a loss of ability, for a Jedi, it seems so extreme.
She has been gone from war some time. It is conflict that strengthens us, and isolation that weakens us, erodes us. Add to that she turned away from war, did all that she could to forget it, and the last piece clicks into place. But we have spoken enough of this, and we do her a disservice by not speaking of this while she is present.
Thank you, Kreia.
I've come to inform you that the Telosian government has completed its inspection of what's left of the Paragus facility. It appears that the Harbinger had indeed been present, though it was gone when our ships arrived and was responsible for the station's destruction. Logs recovered from the facility's wreckage indicated that the miners perished as a result of sabotage, which began while you and your companions were either incapacitated or incarcerated. As such, you are to be released from house arrest. However, the Republic is sending its own ship. They have insisted that you remain on station for the duration of their search.
I don't wanna.
The sojourn is already en route, likely not more than a few standard days. Feel free to use these quarters during your stay.
Is the Ebon Hawk still impounded?
The vessel's IND is complete. Please visit the TSF station and entertainment module 081 to complete the necessary paperwork at the front desk.
The Ebon Hawk should be transferred from the impound docks by the time you're free to leave.
What about my T3 droid?
After filling out the paperwork, it'll be transferred with your ship along with your confiscated weapons and armor.
Well, now what? We can't just stick around. We need to find a way off the station. Whether it's the Ebon Hawk or some other ship. We could hit Nar Shaddaa, maybe. If you've got people coming after you, it's where you go to get lost in the crowd.
What do you think, Kreia?
It is difficult to say. I feel we came to Telos for a reason, but we may have spent too much time here already. Even if the Harbinger was destroyed at Paragus, more Sith could already be on their way. Still, there is a chance we might learn of other Jedi here on the planet's surface. Jedi who might help us restore your abilities or sever the link between us.
Well, what do you think?
Stay or explore Telos. We need a ship. Let's find the Ebon Hawk.
Makes sense. I'll follow your lead.
Alright, well, let's see.
Yes? Have you...
I want you to teach me more about the Force.
Very well. What is it that drives you?
Can you teach me any lightsaber forms?
The Jedi practice many forms, many styles of lightsaber combat. It is good to know them, but not to rely on them. You may have already felt the Shicho. The simplest of the forms return to you as your skill and perceptions have returned. Others may come with time, with experience.
Fair. I want you to teach me more about the Force.
Very well.
I wish to know more about the Force forms.
Very well. Of which...
Okay.
Ask.
Okay, here's the big question. Kreia, what are you? Are you a Jedi? A Sith?
Does it matter? Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
I quite like that. I want some answers, not more cryptic words.
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat?
Yeah.
That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
I still wish to hear the story. If the past is as important as you claim, then I would hear yours. Oh, mini movie.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition, and hunger for power. There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense.
Like Force face grab.
I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness.
Interesting.
Learn from me, my mistakes, and use that knowledge to become greater than I. That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest for the future, for the Force.
So that's really interesting. So first off, I mean, we already knew that Kreia and Scion knew each other. From that little story that she told us, it looks like she may have been his teacher, his master at some point. So Kreia was definitely Sith. But now it appears she's not. But why is she helping us? I need more than that, Kreia.
If it means so much to you, then this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
Let's see if there's anything else.
Ask.
Do you know anything about the Sith that pursue us?
I know of them, yes, and how much like beasts they had become. Combined, united against the Jedi, they command legions of Sith. But above these legions there are 3 who must be stopped. As long as any one of them lives, then we, and all life, are doomed. One bathes in pain, feeds on it for sustenance. The other has ceased being a living being, so consumed by hunger that he has forgotten his own flesh. And the last is a creature of betrayals, for without such things there is no hope.
Okay, so we have 3 different ones here. We have the one who bathes in pain, Scion. We're wondering who the betrayer is, and the one consumed by hunger. So let's ask about Scion.
Yes, of pain he has learned much. Of knowledge, of teaching, he knows nothing. Like the others, he was spawned by the horrors of the Mandalorian Wars. He exists solely to spread his pain to all Jedi everywhere.
Interesting. Then who is the betrayer?
Even now she is difficult to see. She must remain hidden for now until the time is right. If not, then all our efforts will be for nothing. In this you must trust me. If she is exposed too soon, then this war will be over before it has begun.
See, that's interesting because is Kreia talking about herself, or is she talking about our player character? Who's the one who's going to be betrayed? I had other
Ask.
questions. Never mind. 1,000 XP there.
Something up?
I had some questions.
All right.
Nothing. Okay. Okay, so that was a lot of dialogue, a lot of story background, a lot of lore that we went through. Thank you for sticking around with me through that whole time, if you did. And if you didn't and you're just skipping to the end, I appreciate you at least sticking around to the end. If you're enjoying this content, please like the video, leave a comment letting me know what you're enjoying, and if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. I'm planning on posting a lot more content through the year 2025 than I did last year, and I'm looking forward to growing the channel with you. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Will I be able to get my gear back?